I see too many girls on here. It's like, oh, I want a high value man. I want a rich man. I want a man who spoils me and does all this for me. And then you finally meet a guy who reaches your standards and he asks you to prepare him a meal, but you're 20 years old and you're like, oh, wait, I don't know how to cook. And then he's like, you don't know how to cook, but you know how to do every trick on the... So now he's like, shit, what's she been doing all these years, you know? Why hasn't she learned how to make a vodka pasta? Learn how to make some pasta.
Okay, so I need help understanding something. I know that I am a very attractive person. I tend to only attract old men and ugly people. The handsome men, the people I want, the young men, or the younger men, because I do like them a little older, but not that much older. I'm only 31, about to be 32, so 40, past beyond 40, it's like, Anyway, the men that I want, they don't say nothing to me. Is it that they don't want me or they're scared? Like, and what you scared of? Like, it's been a couple of times where I've had to say something to a man and I don't even like doing it. But I'm just like, I barely even want you for real if you can't approach me. But the only ones who be approaching me, who be saying it with their chest, is the gremlins and the geriatrics. Like, just because my last name begin with a G, don't mean that I got to attract gremlins and geriatrics. Like, that's not what I want for myself. So help me understand. Am I actually ugly to define men? Or y'all just scary? And if, like, why y'all don't say nothing?
That's disgusting. I'm not wearing that. What the hell did you do? I am not wearing this. This is not something I will like. This is not fun.
Turn it around.
The hunt is over. I am not wearing that.
Jeez, Dad.
Let me see, Mom.
I will not wear that ever.
My dad pursued my mom. My dad courted my mom. He dated my mom, then he married my mom. They've been together for 36 years, married for 33. My dad pursued my mom.
Let's read some comments really quickly. One guy says, what are we supposed to do with that information? Another guy says, my mom shot her shot at my dad. They've been together since high school. They've been married for 42 plus years. What is your point? Another guy says, you are not your mom. Another man says, your mom was worth pursuing. All of these are correct. All of these are correct. Y'all are looking at history like, why were they able to do it? But not really dissecting and analyzing history to say, well, maybe it's something about me when I enter the equation. Maybe I suck. It's always, well, the man sucks. The man needs to do better. Well, what about you?
I'm not gonna lie. The women's community online has felt so plagued for so long with like elementary school mindsets. Girls go to college to get more knowledge, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Some of you never aged past that. Like, at all, and it's very obvious when you speak now as an adult. Like, when I made a video talking about men's mental health and just literally how men's mental health gets so bad and why it is the way it is and why men end up as they are, I got called a misogynist, I got called a pick-me, you're not a girl's girl, and I'm just like, hey, what the actual is wrong with you? Or just like this childish ass mindset that like women are automatically these soft, innocent, little loving, incapable of doing any harm. And that mindset itself causes so much harm. Like the amount of times I've seen a woman get arrested for murder or some crazy and half the comments are like, period queen. Period queen, as you should. Like, what the actual, and then God forbid you use your head a little bit in some of these spaces and have a logical thought outside of this like girly pop queen boss pussy slayer. All of a sudden you're like a spawn of Satan that's here to destroy every woman that's ever walked the planet. And I'm just so sick of it.
I started driving, but I literally had to pull over to express this. So I can't be the only one. Every single store I've gone to, Target, Ulta, Sephora, Macy's, even Walmart has perfect gift sets for women. Even like Sephora, Ulta, they have the little mini perfumes, perfect stocking stuffers for women. Nothing like that for men. No gift sets, no mini colognes, no like, and I'm not talking about the body wash and stuff gift sets at Walmart. Like, those are good probably for like a teenage boy, not for no grown man. What am I supposed to put in my man's stocking? Like, why do they make such cute little mini perfumes that are collectible, but they don't do the same for colognes for men? And if they do, why do I have to search high and low? Why are they not as common or popular in these stores around Christmas time as the perfumes or the gift sets for women? That's not fair. I understand, you know, it's hip and in these days to hate men. I don't hate my man. I love my man. My man deserves the same things I deserve. Where are the gift sets for men?
Where are the men in the middle? Like, I'm talking between 38 and 50. Are you guys just not divorced yet? Or what? Because on these apps, you know, the dating apps, I either get the people that are in their like early to mid 20s asking if I like younger men, or I get the people that are like in their 60s, and I'm like, no way in hell. Why would you even message me? There's no way at 60 years old you want to start a whole new life with somebody who has 2 young kids. Like, get real, right? So anyway, where are you guys at? Like, where are the younger, like, where's the middle-aged men? I'm thinking they're just not divorced yet, but it's okay. I can wait.
As a woman, I have the inherent need to bake for a guy I like, or cook for him, or buy him little gifts. Like, men naturally want to provide and protect for women. I want to naturally, let's say, for example, hypothetically, bake him brown butter banana bread for the second date, and also buy him little things that I think he'd like or need. And also maybe make him dinner. It just...
I got one thing I want to say to y'all. Y'all know how they be talking about women can't find a man because our expectations are just too high, and there's good men out there, but we don't want him because he ain't making 6 figures, and he ain't making this, and he ain't making that, and blah, 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 blah. I think they might be right. Let me tell you why. I drive the Iron Pimp, okay? For those of you who don't know what the Iron Pimp is, it's the public transportation bus, okay? The big boy. Not the school bus to take the kids to school, but the big boy to take everybody from point A to point B to get them to work, get them wherever they need to go, their events or whatever it is, they whatever, for whatever reason, okay? The big, long 60-footers. You see what I'm saying? That's what I drive, all right? I'm driving the bus the other day, and this young man gets on the bus, and he just as fine as he can be, and he on my line, okay? Very much on my line. You know, I could tell he was he probably was like early 30s or something like that. And we know I like him. I like me a nice little funny looking nigga. You know what I'm saying? But this one right here, he was fine. He wasn't too pretty boyish, and he wasn't too ugly. You know what I'm saying? He was just right, okay? But he on my line. I'm like, he like, give me a chance, just take a chance, blah, 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 this and that or whatever. I'm like, no, boy, get your moan ass off this bus. He was very persistent, very consistent. I mean, he was not trying to take no for an answer. But I'm like, if you don't get your ass off this bus before I change my mind and say yes. But y'all, the only reason I didn't give that man my number is because he was riding the bus. I thought to myself, I'm driving the bus, you riding the bus. I don't think that's a great business deal. I don't think that's, I don't think that's, that don't make no sense to me, you know? And so, no, get off the bus, mister. But what if he was closing some big deal that next day or something? You never know. What if I could have inspired him to be the best version of himself that he could have been? What if I was the missing link in his life to guide him into becoming a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire? You never know. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. But now we not gonna know because I didn't take a chance like he asked me to, because he riding a bus. Now I just know that was not right at all. So if I was to go back and, do that same route and he end up jumping on my bus again and ask me for my number again, would I give him my number? No.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and actually don't correct me because I really don't care. I'm a single mom, okay? I'm also a single 24-year-old woman. As a single 24-year-old woman, there's a few things that I expect from a man when it comes to dating me, especially if you hold me in the caliber of where I belong, okay? So, one, by the first or second date, you should have bought me flowers.
Where do you belong? We're already starting off on the wrong foot. Where exactly do you belong? You're not that important. I don't know you. So where exactly do you belong?
You don't buy me flowers, it's a no-go. Number two, you should be planning dates. Most definitely. We're not just about to keep texting and not seeing each other. Be intentional. That's number three, be intentional. Number four, being a single mom, I want you paying for the sitter. The sitter's not even that expensive. But the fact that you think that I should come out of pocket, you want to take me out on a date, and you think that I should come out of pocket to pay somebody to watch my kid when you know what it comes with.
Is she serious? Is this a joke? Shouldn't you be in school or something like that? Shouldn't you be working or doing something productive? You standing in the mirror talking silly is not productive. You standing here in this bathroom is not productive. What we hearing from you right now, stop talking.
You know what it comes with to date me as a single mom. I don't got too much of a support system. I can't just ask my mama. No, you can pay for the sitter. We don't even have to do an expensive date. But if you don't think it's worth paying for the sitter to see me, especially when the sitter's not that much, it's like $30-$45, baby. If you can't pay $30-$45 to see me, and you can even, if you don't got it like that, plan a cheap date. Baby, we can go lay down on the grass and stare at the stars and talk for 2 hours. But you're paying for the sitter. Because all I know is I'm intentional and I'm dating to marry, and my husband is going to pay for the sitter. Yeah. I'm sure nobody agrees with this. I don't care if you do. Because all I need is for one person to agree with it, and it needs to be my husband. Nobody else needs to agree with it but him.
Right, but this is not something that you have to say on the internet. You don't have to. You could ask the man. He probably doesn't need to because he doesn't know you. We don't call women losers enough. We really don't. And this shows it. For her, I don't need everybody, but I just need one. You do realize that just getting one and then getting married, if a man is going to output that, he's going to expect something back. We're right back to the question, what do you bring to the table? We're right back there. So describe to us what your value is, because all you've told us thus far is gimme, 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 me, pay. What man is going to be on board with this? Well, I just need one. Oh, and I got a ring and this. With your bad habits, y'all are going to be divorced. So it's going to be all for nothing.
And ladies, even men who went to Harvard Business School are losers. I just went on a first date with a man. He picked a restaurant. I knew that this restaurant was a happening restaurant, but he picked it and he went to Harvard. I thought that he knew to see if he was going to need a reservation. He went to Harvard. I get to the restaurant before he does. He's late. I see the line wait outside the door. He shows up, doesn't apologize for being late, but does go and ask how long the wait is. They say, oh, the wait is an hour. He comes back and reports to me, the wait is an hour. I say, huh? He goes, well, what should we do?
So you knew the restaurant was pretty busy and you didn't say anything? you knew it was busy and you didn't say anything? And y'all are going to say it's all the man's fault. Well, he went to Harvard, so you should be able to think. You knew the restaurant was going to be busy and you didn't say anything? He should have apologized for showing up late, for sure. He should have apologized. But you knew the restaurant was busy and you didn't say anything? This is indicative of what they're going to do in the relationship. They're going to know something. Y'all remember that cliche of when Men are driving and they pass their turn, and the woman says, "Hey, that was your turn back there." This is what this is. When a man says, "Hey, why don't we go over here?" And instead of saying, "That's really busy, they're super busy, they're usually like an hour wait. I don't know if you want to go there. Maybe we could pick something that's a little bit less of a wait, but you planning the date. I'm going to let you take care of that," and genuinely mean it. But you didn't even say anything.
What should we do, Harvard grad? What should we do? I say, I don't know. What do you want to do? He goes, well, we can just wait here if you want. I said, oh, I actually don't want to wait here for an hour. He goes, well, I don't live in this area. I live 20 minutes away from here. I don't know what to do around here. I said, I don't really hang out around this area either. And here's what I would have done if I was the man in this situation. I would have taken my phone out, picked a bar nearby, gotten us a car, gotten to that place. No, not him. He's just standing there dumbfounded, the man that went to Harvard.
But you're not a man. You're a woman. And because you're a woman, you just sat there and complained and did nothing. You did what you're doing now. Wow. Fantastic.
He's looking at his phone. He goes, I don't really know anywhere around here. I said, yeah, me either. He goes, I have really high expectations of you. I said, sorry. He's like, you're an attorney, aren't you? And I said, yes. And he goes, okay, so you should be able to problem solve. I said, me? You should be able to problem solve. You went to Harvard.
Oh, so you're an attorney. So you do have the capability to think and think critically. But you want to use that capability as an attorney just to argue, just to be combative, when you should have been using your brain to help the Harvard graduate figure out a solution. Imagine that.
I say there's a bar over here. Let's go over there. We walk to that bar. It's closed. I go, I'm plumb out of options. He goes, let me look at my phone to see what I can find. I said, good idea. Did they teach you that at Harvard? He looks at his phone. He pulls up a restaurant. It's a restaurant that I've only ever dreamed of going to when I was 3 a.m. blackout drunk. I say, oh, I don't really want to go there. He goes, where do you want to go then?
Yeah, because your idea was done halfway. Oh, well, I see a bar over there. Let's go over there. What a loser. You're calling him a loser. Your effort is trash. Once again, we don't call modern women losers enough. We don't call them losers enough. For you to be sitting up here complaining, knowing full well you gave trash effort, is insane to me. If you didn't want to be on the date with him, if you were upset that he showed up late, just say, hey, listen, to be honest with you, you showed up late and you really didn't apologize for it. You didn't give me a heads up that you were showing up late. I'm really big on communication. I don't know if this is going to work out. Sorry you drove all this way, but I'm going to go ahead and end this early. I hope you have a great night. And that could have been the end of it. Instead, you would rather, for content, I guess, sit up here and nitpick what he was and wasn't doing. Loser.
I said, I want to go home. No disrespect. I want to go home. He stands there, Harvard grad, dumbfounded, shocked. Goes, okay, take care of yourself then. I said, you too. I walk away, call myself a waymo, and now I'm back home. The date started at 8 o'clock. It is now 8:43, and I've been home for about 15 minutes. Even when they go to Harvard, they're still not.
I don't know if he's dumbfounded. He's probably relieved. Yeah, take care of yourself. Okay, get out of here. Y'all like to think, or y'all like to treat men as if they're beneath you. Oh, he's a Harvard grad and he's dumb. He's a Harvard grad and he doesn't know how to think. He's a Harvard grad and he can't even take the lead as a man. Even as a Harvard graduate, he's still going to be a loser. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe you dodged a bullet and maybe he did too. Maybe he should have communicated a little bit more. Maybe he could have, I guess, taken the lead more. But when the man told you, hey, I'm not really from here, maybe you could have said, oh, me neither. Let's see if we can put our heads together and find a place that we both want to be at. This was the first option. What he actually tried to do was take you to a place that had really good reviews. So he did actually look it up. Oh, this place looks good, it has good reviews. Let's go here. Well, this is a busy place. I knew that. I didn't tell him that. He ain't from here. So he's working off of, well, let's see what's good in the area. We get there. You didn't say anything, by the way. No heads up, no text, no nothing. You get there. He said, oh, I'm sorry for being late. He don't say that. He just walks up. Oh, let me go see how long the wait is. Wow, it's really long. Oh, it's about an hour wait. What do you want to do? Well, I don't know, Harvard graduate. What do you want to do? Oh, let's go to the bar across the street. That's what you said. Oh, the bar across the street is closed. Well, what do you want to do? If it had been you and your girlfriends, because you're talking about if I were a man, but you're not, you're sitting up there complaining. If it had been you and your girls, y'all, all of you would have gotten on that phone, come up with 2 or 3 different options. Some of y'all probably would have come up with the same options. Oh, I was looking at this over here. Yeah, me too. I saw that. That's really good ratings. Oh, and the advertisers look really good. Okay, let's go there. And then y'all would have had some backups. If y'all went over there, it was closed or it's too crowded or too stuffy. Hey, I picked something that was a little bit out of town, but it had still had good reviews. Okay, text me the address. And y'all would have been on y'all's way. Y'all would have spent, if need be, an hour, 2 hours figuring out a plan and finding something to eat because the first, the second, and the third option didn't work. And nobody would have had a problem with it. Y'all would have got here on TikTok and said, we had a little bit of a hiccup in the road, but we found something. And y'all would have taken pictures of your food and videos of your food. You put it on your Instagram. You'd have put it on your story. You'd have made a reel about it. You'd put it on your Facebook. You'd put it on TikTok. And this is life, living as a boss girlie, a boss babe, attorney in Austin, Texas, or wherever you are. And nobody would have been upset. Y'all would have spent 2 hours looking for something to eat. It would have been an adventure and nobody would have been upset. But when it comes to a man, y'all like to try to turn your brains off. And when the man isn't living up to your standard, then all of a sudden he's an idiot. All of a sudden he's a loser. Y'all don't help nothing. Y'all don't give nobody no heads up on nothing. And then y'all criticize him for not knowing. You know what this is? That old cliche where men say we're driving and we pass our turn and the woman says, hey, that looked like your turn back there. That's what this is. You sitting there in the passenger seat and saying, hey, this restaurant is super busy. Oh, I didn't know that. I wish I would have known that. Hey, this restaurant is closed. I want to go there. Oh, okay. I mean, it's closed. Why don't you pick somewhere else? Like, are you checking the times? You didn't even get on your phone. You talking about what you would have done if you were a man. Why didn't you do it as a woman? You walking me into stuff that's closed. You'd have known it was closed if you, as the attorney and critical thinker, would have got on your phone and said, oh, that's not open. Shoot, let's figure out somewhere else to go. You're a loser. You're a loser. He's not the only one in this situation that has some work to do.
So I made a video saying that in 2026, I would like to date men that I find physically attractive. And I was reading the comments and I was surprised at just how many women completely understood what I was talking about. Like how many women had dated men that they found unattractive for various reasons, which I'm about to get into. But of course, there's a ton of men that were saying like, oh, I was using men. Using men for what? What was I using men for? A free meal? Come on. Like men are always like intentionally obtuse and they're always like on the wrong side of history. So that's why I ignore a lot of male comments. I think that so many men misunderstood or like missed the whole boat here because they would never ever do anything for a woman that they weren't attracted to. They would never take a woman seriously that they weren't attracted to because that's not the rhetoric that was taught to them. Women, you know what? This is actually a whole conversation. I want to get into it. Marketing wise, women have always been marketed. I don't know if this was just like an overall grand scheme to make it possible for men to have access to women, especially men that didn't have money. I don't know if romance is all a marketing scheme so that even like broke men or like unattractive men can have access to women. But like growing up, even all of the Disney movies, Beauty and the Beast, there's always like, you know, some unattractive man. What's that one with the Notre Dame, the Hunchback of Notre Dame? There's always some gorgeous woman, some smart woman, some funny woman that ends up falling in love with a man that's like barely human, okay? And this is how we were taught. This is what we were raised. You know, you got to look outside of the looks. There's so much more to life. There's so much more to men. He could be the one. Men are literally taught to shoot their shot. Hey, you never know where it could go. You never know where. Whereas when a woman says something, the first thing they do is attack us based on our looks. The first thing they do is attack us based on our age, okay? Every single time. Men are just not taught the same rhetoric. They're constantly encouraged to like date outside of their league. It doesn't matter if you qualify. Just put yourself out there. Give yourself a chance. For women, my friend told me this years ago and it's always stuck to me. women that are unattractive are invisible to men. They're not going to do a damn thing for you. They're not going to hold the door open for you. They're not going to ask you what time it is. They're looking past you. They're looking through you. And that's just like how it always has been. Yes, I acknowledge the fact that like, I think it was a form of self-sabotage because I wanted to have my wits about me when it came to dating. I wanted to be able to walk away at the first sign of disrespect, disloyalty, a breach in trust. If a man was to me, if a man was a liar, I wanted to be able to walk away level-headed. And I felt that, and again, self-sabotage, I didn't know how I could continue to love myself and accomplish everything I wanted in life if I loved a man just as much or more. I never used men. Like I never used men for resources. I never used men for their time or whatever. It's just that as a woman, I have the ability to see men outside of their looks. Like and I feel like actually this is a whole nother topic as to like why women are more able to have like male friends. Males are not as easily able to like be good friends to women because they have a hard time treating women well outside of like their attraction to them. And that's why it's always been difficult for me to have male friends because at some point they always overstep a boundary. They always like try to shoot their shot or do or say something sexual. And it's just that I would never cross that line with a friend. The male friends that I have now, it's like I had to fight to keep them in my life because I had to like to discard their sexual plays and stuff because I like them as people and I had to be adamant and firm that this is who you are and either we're going to be friends or we're not going to be friends at all. And it's like a conscious effort to keep men in your life in a platonic way. And it makes you think, well, geez, would this guy even be a friend to me if he didn't find me attractive? Like, and it's just, that's how it constantly is being a woman. Whereas me, I don't care what a man looks like. That doesn't affect my ability to give him advice or to comfort or encourage or support him as a person. But for a lot of men, it is. So that is my TED Talk and I'm done.
Men are always on the wrong side of history. You live in America. You know how many wars Americans have won? You're sitting here in your home of winners talking about being on the wrong side of history. Men built a lot of stuff. Americans built a lot of stuff. Some of it is wrong. Maybe a good portion of it is wrong. But there's some right there. Y'all like to say that men continue to be on the wrong side of it while staying. I mean, your hair is done. You got makeup on. You got jewelry on. I mean, wrong side of what? You're out here. I can see your aesthetic. You're probably sitting on your bed. It's pretty nice aesthetic that you got going on. On the wrong side of history? Their history has caused you or helped you to be able to get what you have today. Can't get away from modern women complaining about everything. Dang.
Fuck them, feed them, leave them alone. Good morning, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, and all of that. I was just tagged in a video. She kind of looks like me, blonde with glasses. She's sitting in her car and she's saying, if you're a stay-at-home mom, your husband should be paying you a salary. I'm sorry, what? Can you explain that to me? She said, if you were a stay-at-home mom, he'd have to pay for a chauffeur, a nanny, da-da-da. And we've talked about this, but let me go into further detail so you're not so confused. A, I didn't see a ring on that hand. B, so I'm assuming you don't have kids. C, why the fuck are you talking about it if you're not going through it? I am a stay-at-home mom. You're gonna sit here and tell me and every other woman on the internet we deserve $175K a year because of what we're taking care of at home. It's not a job. It's not hard. It is a privilege. Because not every woman can do this. Because you know what? America kind of hates moms and they're like, you go to work or pay for daycare. So if you're a stay-at-home mom like me and you're lucky enough to be doing this, I'm begging you to hear me clearly. These women want you to be miserable. They're not for your best interest. Do me a favor. If you agree with this woman, grab a pad of paper and a pen, okay? How much is your mortgage? How much is your car payment? How much is car insurance, cell phone, DTE, consumers? If you have Hulu, Netflix, any subscriptions you're paying for, I don't know if I just said food, but like seriously, all of the actual bills monthly. Write down how much that costs. Times it by 12. Some of your husbands don't even make $175,000 a year. And I don't give a if they are and they can afford to pay you a salary. If you're that hard up for money, go back to work. Jesus H. Christ. You've got to be kidding me. If you weren't a stay-at-home mom
You guys would be splitting the bills and paying for daycare. He wouldn't be paying for a chauffeur and a nanny and a chef. Are you serious? I don't actually have no idea how much daycare costs. I know when I looked into it, it was like $1,200. I don't know if it was weekly or monthly, but I know it was astronomical. So yes, while you're helping your spouse by being a stay-at-home mom, he's also helping you by letting you. And you're not missing any firsts. The first crawl, the first laugh, the first smile, the first steps. You don't deserve a salary. All you deserve is that child and making sure they have a great mother and a great home. And your husband deserves to come home to food on the table and a clean house. Enough with this on TikTok with saying, "Oh, need you a salary." So he should have to pay all of the bills by himself. Okay? And pay you a salary? And pay for the kid? Y'all are out of your tree. My mortgage is $1,500 a month. Our cars collectively together is over $1,500 a month. Some with insurance included. I'm trying to think. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, about $1,500 a month just for the car. So we're at $3,000 just there. Stop listening to women on TikTok who do not have kids, who are not married, telling you what you deserve or how it should be or how to treat your husband. No!
I just want everyone to picture a world where women did not make the holidays magical, where women didn't do any Christmas shopping, they didn't do any wrapping, they didn't do any hosting, they didn't volunteer anywhere, they did nothing. Like if the women just did nothing and showed up on Christmas morning, would there be magic? Would it be the most wonderful time of the year for everyone? Or would it just be another day? Or if anything, would it be worse than every other day? Because typically women are also cooking and cleaning and taking care of everyone every single day.
Okay, you say this, but where would Christmas be if you didn't have the man's card to use for majority of the things to decorate in the house? And majority of the things to buy gifts. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like that men are not a contributing factor in the household when it comes to Christmas or when it comes to having the Christmas spirit or bringing the Christmas spirit up to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand certain women like this that always try to make it as though men contribute nothing when it comes to certain things like this, especially Christmas, holidays, and Christmas spirit. And then she said to talk about, women do majority of the cooking, majority of the cleaning. What men are y'all around that are just filthy and don't pick up after themselves and don't clean? You know what I'm saying? Now I live with me and my girl. Like, I clean also. You know what I'm saying? Like, I clean, I cook here and there. You feel me? It's not that hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand the misconception with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't cook majority of the time. You know what I'm saying? But if she's not feeling well or if she's, under the weather or something like that, yes, I'm going to substitute. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a functioning human being. That before her, I knew how to do certain stuff by myself, and I'm contributing to her now.
It's a funny thing. I saw Amazon outside my home a lot. I saw Amazon boxes, UPS, FedEx, and even on FedEx and UPS, you know what I saw? Amazon boxes. Ordered some myself. Ordered some stuff from Walmart. Saw a lot of people on Facebook talking about what they're going to buy. Saw a lot of people on Facebook promoting deals. Hey, it's a deal over here on Walmart. Go here, go there. Those women and men promoting those coupon deals and those, hey, this price is this, go get it now. They were doing it on Facebook. They were doing it on Facebook. A place where a man built it. A man is still in charge. You know they were ordering items at? On Amazon. A place a man built. A website, an e-commerce place a man built. Walmart. A place a man came up with. Shut up talking. Stop talking. Target started by a man. A what? A man. Whole Foods, just in case you get hungry, started by a man. A what? A man. Trader Joe's, once again, grocery shopping for the holidays, because you have to have organic, you have to have good stuff. I like Trader Joe's. I love it. We get a lot of good stuff there. The shrimp Argentinian shrimp, fantastic. We love it. We get it from Trader Joe's. Started by a man. A what? A man. Kroger, founded by a man. A man. So all of that cooking and cleaning that you're talking about, you go to their grocery stores to get their stuff that they started. Farmers, majority men. So they're the ones actually making the holidays magical. When you want to go there, oh, I've got this for you, I got that for you. Guess who's bringing the supplies to you? Truckers, who are overwhelmingly a majority of men. Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking.
You're physically stronger than me. If you wanted to, you could kill me. I would say that you would never do that. But like there is not a 0% chance of that happening either. Like these women who thought their husbands would never did. The reality of that has been weighing on me lately. And I'm scared to talk to you about it because I don't want you to like get the idea to do anything.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
This must be so exhausting. For him. Bro, you are talking about a whole lot of nothing. What you are crying over isn't even a real problem. This is all made up in your head. Like, you are a pure overthinker, bro. Like, bro, this is everything you just said wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't even thinking about none of that, bro. He's not gonna do anything to you. He sounds like a genuine and nice young man. You know what I'm saying? Just because you had the bad feeling, you actually might have some type of condition. I would recommend you get checked out. Because there is no way that you think just because of that minuscule reason he's gonna do something to you.
Since thousands of you men commented or restitched my video that all you care about is on the inside and you're not so concerned about our flaws on the outside and a little bit of extra fat, I want you to know, even though I don't believe you because men are visual creatures, I'm going to take that to heart. And I'm about to go to a brunch and just pig out. So as you watch my natural evolution from what I am today into maybe my 600-pound life, it's on you guys.
PSA to men, women, people in relationships, it doesn't matter. Everybody needs to know this. Ejaculating inside of them all the time is not good for them. It does not want ejaculation fluid. It is only prepared and knows that it's going to be accepting seminal fluid one time of the month, and that is during the fertile window around ovulation. Our whole entire body is preparing for pregnancy. That is the menstrual cycle itself. When the body is preparing for pregnancy, one of the ways in which it prepares for pregnancy is by adapting to the seminal fluid, because sperm needs a basic environment to survive and thrive. That is why seminal fluid, where sperm lives, is basic and it's higher on the pH scale so that it could survive and thrive. But is acidic, and it's acidic because of good bacteria. So it needs good bacteria to thrive and survive in an acidic environment. And during ovulation and during the fertile window, our body naturally will raise the cervical mucus, our cervical mucus's pH level, so that it can actually hold the sperm and carry the sperm to the egg and fertilize the egg. So contrary to popular belief, the sperm doesn't just start swimming on its own to the egg. That's not how fertilization works. Our cervical mucus, the discharge in the literally raises its pH to adapt to the sperm, protect the sperm, and carry the sperm to the egg to support fertilization. Now, this is the only time where our hormones and our body is preparing to accept and receive seminal fluid. It's the only time that is even tolerating seminal fluid. Outside of this window, that does not want seminal fluid. That is acidic, and good bacteria is thriving and protecting against seminal fluid. So it actually recognizes seminal fluid as a foreign invader. It doesn't want seminal fluid. And when you are constantly exposing to this high pH and seminal fluid, you are suppressing lactobacillus activity and temporarily raising the pH, which is killing off the good guys in the good bacteria that is protecting them against bad bacteria. So you are actually contributing to creating a hostile hostile environment and a good environment for bad bacteria, which is why there's an increased risk of bacterial yeast infections and urinary tract infections if you are allowing ejaculation fluid and seminal fluid in all the time. So men, if you care about your woman and care about her health, ejaculating inside of her all the time is actually disrupting her microbiome and killing off the good protective bacteria that is protecting her from infections. And ladies, if you didn't know this, it's important that you do, because you can have a serious conversation with your partner and make sure that they understand this to protect your health, because your does not want seminal fluid in it all the time. There's only one time of the month that it's prepared and willing to accept it, but outside of this window, it doesn't want it. It treats it as a foreign invader, and over time, this ejaculation fluid literally disrupts the natural defense mechanism of the good bacteria and of the microbiome, and it makes it more favorable for bad bacteria, and you increase your risk of urinary infections like UTIs, bacterial and yeast infections. Let me know if you have any other comments or questions, and I can always make a part 2 to this video.
I mean, you could just say, hey, this is probably why I'm getting an infection. So if you could just use this or that, then we'd be great. I think that works. Instead of trying to do what you're doing and pat yourself on the back. Man, it gets tiring.
Unless you're rich or your partner rich, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be in a 50-50 marriage. 50-50, yeah, you're going to be doing it. And that don't mean you're going to be paying half of the rent. He's going to be paying half of the rent. You pay for half of the groceries. He pay for half of the light bill. No, that means, like, for instance, my house, okay, my husband pays for every single bill except for my car note. He even paid my phone bill, my car insurance, all of that he pays for. But I pay for groceries. I handle my son's stuff that he needs. And that don't mean that my husband don't pay for nothing for our son, because he definitely does. But when it comes to the bulk of the stuff, yeah, that's me. When it comes to us wanting to go out to eat, us wanting to have, like, go to the club, all that other stuff, I pay for it. But when we travel, my husband will pay for the flights, and I will cover the hotels and everything else. When you are with a rich man, you don't have to pay for shit. But when you're with a working class man and you are a working class female, you're going to have to pay for something. Stop believing social media, because the longer you keep believing that, you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. You're going to be alone, baby. Get your money up then. Get rich. That's what you want.
I want to know why some men think that if they're not a provider, they're not a man. Or that if because they can't provide right now, they're not deserving of a relationship. I swear I've never seen love like that. To me, love has always been like teamwork, support, growing together, like that real ride or die shit, through thick and thin. Like when I think of a relationship, I think partnership, I think side by side. My mindset has always been, I'll love you at your best and I'll love you at your worst. Like, why the f does money matter so much when y'all truly love each other? Y'all never been accepted with your imperfections? Some men really think to themselves, I can't let you see me when I'm not perfect. But they won't think to themselves, now let's build some together. Like some of y'all really believe that you gotta be built before you build with somebody. And life ain't like that. Money don't define the relationship, effort does. Presence does. Love does. So I really wanna know, if a man cannot financially lead, does he believe he is not worthy of love? I think that if a man thinks this, he's not looking for love. He's looking to impress somebody. How is that healthy? How is that mature? Not being where you want to be financially doesn't make you a failure. It does not make you less of a man. And if he really loves you, money is the least of her problems. She don't give what you got. That love you for you. For what she feels when she's with you, not what you could give to her. Most of us aren't where we want to be. That doesn't make any of us less worthy. A lot of y'all gotta stop thinking that partnership means providing financially. Because when you're in a relationship, that's your teammate. You grow together, you build together, and you get through the storms together. Like, be real. Do you really believe that couples who last a lifetime met each other at their peak? Because I believe they became their best selves together through every storm. They chose to build together. They chose every season, the good and the bad. And I just feel like
one day I might not be at my best, but my nigga could be doing great, you know? And he's gonna be there for me. And one day my nigga's not gonna be doing great, and I'm gonna be doing great, and I'm gonna be there for him. Why y'all don't think like that? Y'all really need to get it together, because when somebody truly loves you, they don't care where you're at. It's the little, you know, that care about all that dumb. But your wife, your woman, a grown-ass woman, she don't care about that. She want to build with you.
Well, there's two sides to it, right? Because on the one hand, you do have a man that believes, hey, you know, I'm supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. I'm the provider. People tell me, society has told me I'm the provider. I need to be doing this. But on the other hand, you can have a woman saying what you're saying, trying to help him out, trying to say, hey, look, you don't have to do all that. I can help out. There was a video of an attorney, a clip of an attorney talking about, well, the man is from Harvard. He should be able to do X, Y, and Z. He should, but you can help him out. Well, he should get on his phone and call us a car and do this, and this. He could, but you can also help him out to come to something that you like and he likes, and y'all can both have a pleasurable experience.
Every time I post a video about, you know, how a man should be taking care of his woman, spoiling her, whatever, there's always men in the comments, and it honestly makes me laugh. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. I think that is, like, hilarious. That's honestly the problem. Men like that you have to stay away from, because, like, what do you mean? You need to do your part. Make your woman feel good, treat her good, spoil her, and in return, you get 10 times more when you do that. You get 10 times more. What? Men don't even want to try anymore. They don't even want to bother. They're stingy. They're gross. They're selfish.
Okay, then name those things. Name those things that you know, you'll get 10 times more of. I'll wait. Kareen, the reason why you are chronically lonely and every single video you make has something to do. Biggest turnoff, stingy men. It's that the men don't really want to hang out with you. And I have seen you talk for 30 seconds and I want to go hide in my room. You don't get to come on this app and ask for a one-dimensional relationship, and then when people say the obvious line of like, okay, well, it goes both ways, and then you sit there and act offended that, oh my God, this guy expects me to have to do stuff, but you'll get 10 times more. Name the things. If you're going to get 10 times more, why don't you swap places then? Then you're going to get 10 times more. 90% of the time when they say they get 10 times more, she's going to name the most basic emotional labor that they have to do when you naturally like somebody. So funny about when I stitch girls like this, or this girl that I stitched a couple days ago, where they go on rants and you can tell that they've never been with a partner that they've actually liked. That other girl referred to her having to sleep with the men that she's dating as free SW work. This girl can't even fathom the idea of having to do something to show that she cares about a guy. And then when a guy says something to her like, yeah, well, what do I get if I do those things? If I provide for you and I spoil you, oh, you're just going to be sweet to me? Yeah, I have somebody that could do that. You can't sit there and ask for so many things, and then when somebody asks you, okay, what is the reward for that thing? You don't have a definition to that. If the reward is undefined, then your ask is unreasonable. Wanting mutual effort is an adult thing, not a selfish thing. And it's so ironic because you know this girl is the most selfish individual in a relationship. She literally accidentally admits that she wants a transactional relationship. You spoil her, then you get 10 times more. You can't sell a transaction and then get mad when somebody goes, okay, what do I get after I do this transaction? The problem is never that men say that it goes both ways when they're talking about a relationship. It's people who want one-sided benefits and then frame it as, I have standards. Yeah, you have a lonely household. That's what you have. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
That's what I'm saying, man. We don't call these women losers enough. We just don't. And I'm sorry about that. We need to start doing more of it. There needs to be shame. There needs to be shame. We're going to come back to the question, what do you do? What is it that you're going to be doing? What do you bring to the table? I don't know why that's such a hard concept. What are you going to be doing?